Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Real Truth and Power Live, where we provide powerful content to uplift the black community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. We was just talking about this important topic about racism in college, and now we got a coach that just got suspended. Took him about a week for telling the players to stay on the plantation with 2 feet in. We are going to talk about that right after this.
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Real Truth and Power. Please hit that subscribe button. Should be down there somewhere. My name is Everett Winchester. And again, welcome to Real Truth and Power, where we provide powerful content to uplift the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Learn yourself. Man, just did a video. I'm going to put that in the description after I get off a live about the University of Texas. University of Texas sponsors don't want the players, black players there, if they can't stand for a racist song. Now we got a basketball coach telling his players to stay on the plantation with 2 feet in. Stay on the plantation with 2 feet in. CREIGTON coach. CREIGTON is in the Big East. They play Georgetown, Villanova, St. John's. Coach is Greg McDermott. He's a good coach. He makes $1.3 million, a little over $1.3 million a year. Not hating on the coach's salary. I know coaches, coaching is hard work. I'm a youth coach. I understand how you got to coach these officials. But using analogies, sometimes coaches try to push their players as best they can. I often push young kids. Sometimes I say, man, I'm sorry for cussing. I'm just so emotional. I want to get the best out of you. But to tell black athletes, we're going through a tough time. I need you guys to stay on the plantation. Now, first of all, let's look at that analogy. Who the hell wants to stay on the plantation? We talked about slavery. So you're telling a person, imagine talking to a slave and telling them, I need you to stay on the plantation with 2 feet in. Now you're telling a basketball player to stay on the plantation with 2 feet in. Coach at first responded after, I don't know how the comments came out. Coach said, he was sorry and he felt that he would be suspended. But it was said that the players didn't want him suspended. They wanted him to coach. The young generation, I'm not sure if they really believe this apology or not. But let's look into that statement. I need you guys to stay on the plantation. I'm going to pull up what he said in this apology he did via Twitter. Let's see what he's talking about. So here is the coach. He said, I'm sorry. On February 27th, after an emotional, tough loss on the road, I addressed our student athletes and staff in a post-game locker room and used a terrible, inappropriate analogy in making a point about staying together as a team despite the loss. Specifically, this is what he's saying. Specifically, I said, guys, we got to stick together. We need both feet in. Right there, I'm fine, coach. You're right. They got to stick together through hard times. You need both their feet in. But then he goes deeper. I need everybody to stay on the plantation. I can't have anybody leaving the plantation. What the? Yo, you can't make this shit up. He then says, immediately, I recognized my egregious mistake and quickly addressed my use of such insensitive words with the team. I have never used that analogy and is not indicative of who I am as a person or as a coach. I am deeply sorry. I have apologized to our student athletes and to our staff, as well as President Hendrickson and the Director of Athletics, Bruce Remusson, I believe. Over the last 72 hours, I've engaged in multiple difficult conversations with student athletes, such as staff, parents, and university administrators. I realize the pain and the words I've caused, and for that I sincerely apologize. I am committed to ensure that this will never happen again. So my response is, wow, that's a little deep. One, why would you even say plantation? You had to be thinking of this type of thing in your mind to say it. Do I want the coach fired? He's suspended. I never want to see anybody lose their job. I hope he is definitely sincere. I don't want to see anybody lose their job. And if this makes him a better person, I'm all for it. You know, we have to move forward in life. But we got to look at the situation. First, he says stay on the plantation. Are you running your team? Are you having practices? Are you treating them like slaves? Are you abusing these players while you're working them out? Why would you say plantation? Stay on the plantation with both feet in. Are you apologizing because you noticed what you said? Or are you apologizing because you got caught and somebody say, hey, you need to apologize for that right away? That's deep because a lot of coaches in the NCAA, majority are white Division I coaches. Majority of the players are black. So who were you speaking to? White players? What is the cause of being on a plantation? Let's look at that. Because I'm a free black man, I've never been a slave. But I can honestly say if I was on a plantation as a slave, I'll be trying to escape every chance I get. I'll be trying to escape or trying to kill the master. One of the two. So this coach, man, that's a tough analogy to say. Stay on the plantation with both feet in. Sometimes as coaches, you looking for motivation. I understand he was trying to keep his team together. But, man, that is something that you should never say to any human being at all, especially young student athletes that's trying to go to school. We talked about it, and please go to Real Truth and Power or the Collective Black People Movement and definitely check out our channels. We were talking about the University of Texas and that racist school song they have. And the black players are getting sick and tired of it, and they don't want to support that song or stand. And donors and alumni called up, and one of the donors, one of the sponsors, you know, these donors kick out lots of money. He said he feels sorry for the black people for having to go feeling insulted by the song. And then he says, but they are free blacks, and they can go to a state that shows them favor. Meaning we ain't showing them no black people any favor in Texas. And now this is coming up. So my question to you guys is, and please feel free to put your comments in. My question to you guys is, should the coach be fired? If the players feel uncomfortable, or should this be researched more? Is he coaching these players like it's a plantation? Man, that's something to think about. And also look at the brother's salary. He makes $1.3 million at a Big East school. Not the biggest school, but definitely not a small school, I would assume. These players are struggling to make money. They've just gotten the ability to use their likeness. They might get a little stipend, but there's nothing close to a lot of money, like $1 million to coach. These players aren't making any money. Yes, they're getting a free education, but I want you to subtract a 4-year education from $1.3 million. I think you'll be very happy making that money. So the players should get some kind of payment, especially if the school and the coach is making that amount of money. And then on top of that, just look at the deepness of how they gotta feel dealing with someone that doesn't look like them making a statement like that. So first of all, I want to commend the players. for keeping calm, letting things play out. And I hope that this coach gets some kind of training, what do they call it? Sensitivity training. And I hope, man, that he really didn't mean what he said. I'm going to accept this apology. We all say things in the heat of the moment. He was frustrated. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, I got my eyes on you. Stay on the plantation. Man, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Definitely, please hit the subscribe button. And let's just get this information out. Hey, our game show is coming out. I believe we may do it tonight. So please hit that subscribe button and then hit the alert bell. You got to do that. And please definitely share this information. A lot of people don't know what's going on. We're not staying in tune to what's going on. So definitely, man, coaches was off the hook. And I feel sorry for the players, but this stuff has got to stop. It has to stop. It just really has to stop, man. I don't know. Peace and blessings. My brother Donnie goes in. Please hit that subscribe button. Go to his channel. Donnie goes in. He can get some training at the unemployment office. My man, 1.3 million. In fact, 1.37. 1,037,000. That's how much this coach makes. That is very difficult to do. Now, before I let you guys go, I want to make sure we understand this. That this happened over a week ago, February 27th. He just got suspended, I believe, yesterday in the last few hours. So they say the players didn't want him suspended, but if I'm a player, what am I going to say to the coach? Yeah, I want you to coach, because if he only gets suspended, this coach is coming back to coach again. My scholarship isn't guaranteed. His salary is. He's got a contract. But he can cut me and tell me I'm not welcome back at any time. And he's making 1.37. So the players probably are really watching what they say and how they deal with this. So I really want you guys to keep the players in mind. That's a difficult situation. I'm sure they're looking at the coach differently. I'm sure they're trying to forgive the coach. But every time they look at him and they like, man, now they at practice and he's saying, you got to run harder. You got to be tougher. And they like, yo, what, you treat me like a slave? You see the psychological things that these players have to deal with. And a lot of coaches, I hate to say that, not all, but a lot. I'm not even going to say 50%, but 10% is too much. But a lot. They have that Bob Knight mentality where they can dig into a coach. Some of them want to be father figures, and like me, I'm hard on my players. I'm really hard on them. And you know, I have my own basketball program. I teach young kids all the way up from 8 to high school to going into college. And you know, at times I could say words I shouldn't say, but I tell them, man, I let them know beforehand. If I cuss or say anything, it's only because I love you. Get on me. I apologize. But I'm never going to disrespect them or call them anything racial. That's that's insensitive. I'm never going to do anything to disrespect the way they live or their lifestyle. I'm going to tell them what they need to do to be productive citizens, because as coaches, we are father figures and parents. I'm just trying to figure out where this coach got that in to where he would mention the word plantation. He would say, stay on the plantation. That lets me know his mentality as a coach, that, as I was saying, a bunch of these other coaches feel that they can talk to players any kind of way, that they can treat players any kind of way, that they have to have that kind of whip to train that black athlete. I didn't say all coaches, okay? I just said it's a lot. And 1 or 2 is too many. And also goes into the system that these coaches are in. Usually if you watch the Ncaa, they have this big profile high black white coach, and he has these black assistants to recruit the coaches and to recruit the players. And that coach becomes their friend. And if that black player has any problems, he usually goes to the black coach. Now, there are different type of coaches. Some coaches are just They have an open book. They're a white coach. They have an open book, and they're trying to be the best productive human that they can be. So I don't want to put this on all coaches. For those who don't know, my son is a basketball player, and he's had good coaches and bad coaches. But you just want to be treated fairly, and you don't want to have that lack of respect. So as we talk about the NBA not having enough black head coaches, and its majority 80%, well, no, she probably like 90-something% black. In the front office, there are not a lot of black people. Look at the NCAA and look at how many black assistants there are, how many assistants are getting promoted to head coaches. Because you're going to need, when you're dealing with a black male, you're going to need somebody that can understand where he's coming from. Not to say a white person can't. But, man, I would just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button again for me. This is just crazy how insensitive this stuff can be. And, you know, while everybody's talking about the players are getting a free education, man, they are working very hard to the point that they're bringing in lots of money and sponsors to the university, and they're not getting paid. And I think that college tuition is phenomenal. It's great. Free education. I get to play ball. But you're not playing ball having fun. You're not just out there able to miss layups and shoot jumpers. And your scholarship isn't guaranteed from year to year. That's very scary for a college athlete. It's stressful. You got to eat right. Keep up your grades. Make sure your body's in top condition. Go to practices. Go to training. And then deal with the coach who's going to push you and push you and push you. But how far do we push? Again, man, once I finish this video, I'm going to put the description in the link, a link in the description of the Texas incident. That was deep as well. And, man, let this information get out. Again, a lot of people don't even know this happened. It's a sad, sad day when we deal with a lot of this information and our people don't even know about it. This happened a week ago. And I was just talking to a brother, and we were talking last night, and I was like, he said he asked the university to suspend him, but the players didn't want him suspended. And that happened a week ago. Now he just got suspended. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Peace and blessings, man. We out of here. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like and that share, and let's make the world a better place. Hotep. Good looking out, Donnie.
Health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.